morning, Ilorin. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Kwara. And welcome to Emirate's Kitchen on Emirate Radio. Emirate Radio is located behind the Federal Ministry of Environment, Old Jebba Road, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. And as you already know, every Monday is kitchen time, Emirate's Kitchen on Emirate Radio. So come with me this morning, and I am your beautiful host, as usual, Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona. Stay with me. As you already know, Emirates Kitchen is that weekly radio show that celebrates Nigerian cuisine and culture. And the show aims to educate and entertain the listeners to listen and enjoy and learn how to make Nigerian delicacy in a beautiful way with a twist, of course. And on today's edition of Emirates Kitchen on Emirates Radio, we are going to bring you that delicious. It is really, really delicious and a very, very universal food at that. Abib, it might not be food, chow. So on today's Emirates Kitchen on Emirates Radio, I bring to you tofu. We also call it beske here in Ilorin, and in the northern parts of Nigeria here we call it awara and soya. Just like that, now we are the one, and they chop just like that, and they love me like that. Rakopa, have you ever eaten beske? Abosu John, have you tasted beske before? Abosu John said they eat that every day. I'm sure Mr. Kunle eats beske too often. I'm sure. And some people will be like, beske is for the lower class, so. Mr. Kunle say beske is for the lower class. He does not eat it. Mr. Kunle, you are missing a lot. You are missing big time. Beske, tofu, awara and soya, or whichever way you call it, is an amazing delicacy because it is packed with lots and lots and lots of nutritional values that is good for you and me. So before I take you on the recipe of how to make our beske, our soya, or whatever way you call it on your side, stay and enjoy with this music. So welcome back to Emirates Kitchen on Emirates Radio. So firstly, I'm going to take you through on the recipe, like the things you are going to need to make our soya, beske, or tofu, whichever way you call it. So the first ingredients you need is the soya beans or soybeans, which is the main ingredients of this delicacy. So after the soybeans, you get your water. After the water, you get your coagulants, and this coagulants you can use either liquidified alum, which is an alum that you're going to have soaked in the water to make it liquid, or vinegar, or lime juice. Some people use pap water as well, but because of the acidity, it brings out some taste in the beske or the awara. Most people don't really use it. Mostly they use the liquidified alum or vinegar. So, and then you put the salt and spices. So those are the recipe you need to make your awara abeske. Ooh, yummy. Thank you, engineer. You can see the picture there. It looks delicious already. So like I already said, alum is most commonly used. That's the liquidified alum, because it is an effective coagulant and is mostly neutral in taste. It gives the beske a firmness. If used in excess, it can become hard. Lime juice and vinegar are very effective coagulants as well. Like I already said, they are very nice. So, welcome to Emirate's Kitchen on Emirate Radio, and the procedures on how to make the awara abeske tofu this morning. So, you first of all bring your beans. If it's the store-bought beans, you make sure you sort the beans of the impurities, the stones and the dirt. After you sort the beans, you rinse it thoroughly, and then you soak for a few minutes for the outer coat to come out, because if you don't soak it for a few minutes, the coat is still going to be there. Then after soaking the beans for a few minutes, you wash as if you want to wash your beans for akara or moi moi. So you wash the beans thoroughly. You can as well just use blender and just whisk it once, and it's whisk, and you bring out the back of the beans. So after washing it, you take your already washed soybeans to the industrial mill, or you use your blender. Depends. If it's not much, you can just use your blender and blend it for it to be very smooth. Like it's going to come out very thick. The consistency is going to be very thick. Then after you finish blending, you bring your beans into a large pot, and then you add water, because you are going to have to sieve the beans and bring out the milk, because that's what we need for the awara. So after putting the water, you bring your sieving cloth. That is a cloth that is very, very clean, of course, and then you pour the mix paste that you already add water. You pour it into the sieving cloth, and then you squeeze to bring out the milk. If you sieve it, you are going to know when you're supposed to stop adding more water to bring out more milk. So when the milk is done, is the milk you need. So after sieving everything, you bring it in a pot and you bring it to a boil on a fire. So you make sure you are using a very large pot so that it will not pour over as it is boiling. And then you should make sure you stand with it, because when a soybeans is boiling, it tries to pour over on the pot. So you should have cooked it for at least 20 minutes on a medium heat to bring to boil before you start to slowly add your coagulants inside the milk. That's as it's already boiling, you start adding your coagulants. These are your liquefied alum, your vinegar, or your lime juice. The reason why you're adding the coagulants in small batches is because it's going to alter the texture. That is the final texture of the awara if you add too much at the same time. So that's why you have to be adding the coagulants one bit at a time. So as you are pouring the coagulants one minute at a time, so that it will not affect the texture. If you add too much, then it's already coagulates already. You can see that all the mix is already coagulated. Then you bring your sieve again, you put it in an open bowl, then you start to use a pan or whatever, you start to use it to pour the coagulated awara. You pour it inside the sieve again. That is the curd. You pour it into a sieve, a very neat one. So after you finish pouring it inside the sieve, or you can just use a bowl anyway, because it's not the final stage. You can use a bowl to pour all those things, or you use a strainer. So after that, you can add your spices. You can use pepper, onion. That's if you want it to be a little bit pepperish, or you love the onion taste on your awara or tofu. You add your onions as well, your pepper, your spices if you want, and your salt to taste in the already poured curd in the bowl. So the next step is you to bring your sieve cloth and pour the curd in it on the sieve cloth. After pouring it in a sieve cloth, you look for a heavy stuff that is heavier than the amount of awara you make. You tie the sieving cloth, and then you add, is either a stone or anything heavy, maybe a jerrycan of oil or anything heavy in your kitchen, and then you put on the curd so that it's going to extract the water in it, because you want the water to have already leave the awara so that it's going to be firm. Depending on the consistency you make, there are different type of, you can make the soft one or you can make the very thick one. So as you put the stone on top of the awara, it's going to extract all of the water. So once it is firm, like it is firm that everything is being brought together in the same place on the sieving cloth, you cut to shape, different your desired shape. You can cut it like in square shape or whatever. If you have children, you can look for funky shapes to cut them to make it more attractive to the children. After cutting, you can deep fry in hot oil until golden brown, or a healthier option will be to bake or air fry. That is for those that will not want to fry in a deep oil, like hot oil. You can as well bake it or air fry it. And And you have your healthy fried or baked beske or awara. It can be eaten immediately or stored in a refrigerator in an airtight container, and it can be served in different ways, including being cooked in soup as a protein source. Especially now that animal protein is expensive, most people have taken the alternative of using beske as their source of protein because animal price is soaring in the market. Awara is a very delicious, like awara in a very delicious bed of vegetable salad is amazing as well. You can have it because it's a source of protein. You can as well use other vegetables to eat it. And there you have it. Our biscuit tofu is ready. You can eat it like that, or you can prepare it in a sauce to take anything, or you can as well use it as a protein in your soup as alternative for other animal proteins. It is very, very delicious and nutritious for you and the children. What kind of experience have you had with awara? Let me know in the comment section so that we'll rub minds on what experience you've had while eating or buying or making awara. Let me know in the comment section. And thank you for listening to Emirate Kitchen on Emirate Radio. I am Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona. You can continue to listen to us on all of our social media handles live on Facebook, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter, on Emirate Radio. You can as well download our app on Play Store, Google Play Store, or listening to our program live on YouTube. You can as well contact us on our website www.emirateradio.ng. Thank you for listening to this edition of Emirate Kitchen on Emirate Radio. Have an amazing week and stay blessed.